I didn't get to go to church growing up, but boy, did I go see a lot of movies. Like all of us, we are shaped by story, and many of us have been shaped by film. How many of us didn't feel inspired when we heard the music in Rocky I and felt as if we were the one entering the ring, or watched Star Wars and longed to explore the mysteries of the universe? How many of us who were bored in history class finally understood the tragic and horrific significance of the Holocaust when we watched Schindler's List? There's something about story that opens up not only the human imagination, but the human heart. But telling stories isn't something that's new. It's a part of the human experience from the beginning of time. One of the greatest storytellers was a man named Nathan, and he had a daunting task placed in front of him. He had to go tell the king, King David, that he had sinned against God, and at the same time figure out how not to get killed in the process. So he told him a story. He told him a story about two men, a rich man and a poor man. A rich man who had an endless number of sheep and goats, and a poor man whose family had one little lamb that they loved and cared for, and it was a part of their family. And this rich man had a guest come, and when it was time to cook him a meal, he didn't want to sacrifice one of his many sheep, so he went and he took the lamb from the poor man, and he killed that sheep. And when David heard this story, he was incensed, he was angered. He said, this man has done something evil, he needs to be punished. He needs to repay 4 times what he's stolen from this poor man. And in that moment, Nathan looked at David and said, you are that man. David was stripped naked of all of his pretension and all of his hypocrisy. In that story, the story of David was revealed. This is the great opportunity that all of us have, that through the telling of stories, we can help others begin to discover the story of God for their life. What an exciting proposition that we can actually entertain people. And while they're being entertained by what seems to be an innocuous story, we allow God to begin to speak deeply into the human spirit to make us aware of our own story. And so I want you to step into these stories and enjoy them, and then step into that prophetic moment like Nathan did, and connect the dots between the story that has just been experienced and the message that God is trying to communicate to all of us. The great challenge, of course, is as we watch and experience these stories, that we begin to discover our own story, the story Jesus Christ is longing to write through our own lives. God bless you. Enjoy the films, but more than that, step into those moments and watch God change lives.